Diving deep into the schizophrenic mind, you have to realize that the schizophrenic mind of a person can experience hallucinations, delusions, disorganized thinking, and various ways of doing life that is negatively impacting their mind and habits. So you have to realize that since I was diagnosed with schizophrenia at 19 years of age, you have to realize that I have not been able to go and be social with people, because somehow if I dig deep into the social interactions with people, that somehow I'm going to fear life, or that somehow I'm going to get schizo or get very angry, or I have these fears in my life, for example, where if I dive deep into a conversation with somebody, that somehow somebody out there is going to find out about me. You understand? And if they find out about me, or they find out my truth, that somehow they're going to talk about me, they're going to say things about me that's going to be negative, and that somehow people will see my truth for who I am, and they will think something of me to downsize me and to make me feel much less than who I am. You know, so you have to realize that I'm not afraid, and I can talk to others, and I can have a meaningful conversation with people. But you have to realize that I have not been trying to talk to people, to get with them, for example, to socialize with them, to be in their face, for example, because somehow it's like I fear what's going to happen, and it's like something is preventing me from socializing to other people, other than those people who are closest to me socialize with me. But I need to reach out for more social support, and I need to talk with people, just words. I need to talk with people words, because you have to realize that I want to study the schizophrenic mind, and I want to give content about the schizophrenic mind, because I understand I do have schizophrenia. But the thing is, you have to realize that my condition is treatable, and I'm being treated with medication, and I'm not psychotic. I'm living my daily life the best way I can, and I realize that there are things opening up for me in my life where I need to do certain things in my life to make sure that I'm moving forward in my life. So I realize that I can see the worth in everything that I'm doing, and everything that I'm saying is ringing a bell, for example. But when I dive into the schizophrenic mind of my mind and how I really am, I realize I have a lot of disorganized thinking, for example. And because I have a lot of disorganized thinking, I find wisdom in that disorganized thinking, and I start planning my life. I start talking to myself about whatever it is that I want to achieve, or whatever it is that I want to do with my life. And I feel I'm growing with my disorganized thinking, and I call it Code Zero. And you have to realize that I got no problem talking to people, but it's just when I'm with them for a long period of time, I want to run away. You understand? It's like when I'm with people for a long time, we're sitting together, we're talking all night long. For me, this is unheard of. You understand? It's unheard of for me to sit with somebody at a dinner table and just talk words all night long with someone, or to talk words with them for a long period of time, because somehow I need to open up. I need to open up my expression about who I am. You understand? And I feel that somehow in my life right now that I'm growing much more worthy and that I'm growing into the person that I need to be. But slowly, I realized that I just quit caffeine, for example, because it was negatively impacting my happiness, and caffeine negatively impacts me because I have no control over it when I drink caffeine. But since I'm drinking black tea, I have more control over caffeine now than if I was drinking coffee. So I realized that, yes, that I can teach, that I can do things in my daily life to give content, for example, and I can be making content about the schizophrenic mind. And now for me to open up to people, for example, is something big in my life, because not many people understand who I am, and you have to realize that I said everything online. I spoke all my content into the world, for example, and I've come a long way in terms of how I think, and I am an artist as well. And you have to realize that I'm in a healthy state of mind at the moment to some extent. And you have to realize that I'm trying to get back into shape. I'm trying to get back into life. I'm trying to maybe join a community of people. For example, maybe all I have to do is just start dancing again and join a community somewhere where I can talk with people, where I can socialize, where I can be part of a community, so that I can somehow just be able to get out of my comfort zone and just to talk to people, just to make sense, just to socialize, because I haven't been joining communities, for example, and I've been doing things alone. You understand? So whether that be going around Australia, when I was going around Australia, I went alone. I went around Australia alone. And you have to realize that I've been just doing things in my life alone. And it's more, I'm trying to reach for support. And my mother's trying to help me with money and stuff like that. But you have to realize that I always have, but I just need to expand myself. I need to expand the person I am. So that means that I need to perform. I need to go busking. I need to be socializing with people during busking performances, building connections, and public speaking on the street, my way of thinking. So I want to interact with people. I want to push my comfort zone. For example, I want to make sure that I'm getting my message out there. And I want to make sure that I'm just talking about the schizophrenic mind. Just about my mind and how I operate. You understand? Because I feel that even if I speak something into the planet, it's worthy of someone's ear. You understand? And I understand that with my mind, I'm not hearing any hallucinations that's preventing me from living life. I'm not hearing hallucinations. I'm not hearing delusions. You have to realize I don't have delusions. But you have to realize that I can see what delusions are. I can see what hallucinations are. And I realize that I need to expand in a way that is going to be healthy for me to do so. You understand? So that means that I want no pressure in my life. I don't want to feel pressurized to go into life to do something like achieve my dreams. I don't want pressure. I want to do it in a timely manner, for example, where I feel confident enough, where I have all the time in the world to do the things that I want to do with my life without preventing other people from growing, and to socialize with people, and to make sure that we're all happier in the process. You understand? So it's much more how I've recently started to be vegan, and also I've recently quit coffee, and I quit cigarettes recently as well, 9 months ago. And I'm starting to develop key emotions, key skills in my life where I'm actually helping myself to get better. And now what I realized that with my mum and her boyfriend, that also, for example, with other people in my family and their friends, I realized that I didn't speak a lot of words with them. And that's because I was scared to open up. I was scared to express myself. I was scared to say something that they might hit me, that they might cause me violence, for example. Because you have to realize that sometimes I withdraw, you understand? In my life, you have to realize that when I'm with people, I just want to withdraw sometimes. Because life can get uncomfortable, and if people find out about you, like, what are they going to say? You understand? Because of my status, because of how good I am or how bad I am. And it's much more how it doesn't matter what they think about you. It matters what you think about you. So you have to realize that somehow I have to expand into life. I have to live alone, for example. And I have to start joining communities. I have to start doing much better in my life. I have to start, for example, having a girlfriend, having kids, and socializing all day long with my wife. And that can be challenging for me, you understand? Especially with who I am today. Because I have not went that road before, you understand? And it's much more how I want to open my dreams. I want to expand my comfort zone. And it's more how I want to start DJing. I want to start doing my dreams. I want to start living my best life, for example. And I'm so far living to some extent where I'm trying to have more faith. I'm trying to grow myself in the best kind of way possible. And I'm trying to expand my communicational skills. I'm trying to make content for the world. And I'm trying to grow myself in a way where I'm trying to explore my own mind. You understand? I'm trying to explode Code Zero. I'm trying to explore Code Zero. And now, what is Code Zero? I can say Code Zero is a bunch of thoughts that is disorganized, where you find some treasure within those thoughts. You understand? And you have to realize that I'm not speaking Code Zero right now in this audio program, but you have to realize that I'm talking in a way that I'm trying to make common sense, and I'm trying to organize my thinking around, and I'm trying to speak in a way where I'm understanding to open up. And sometimes you have to realize that around my mum or around her boyfriend and stuff like that, that I have not been able to make a video in front of them and to, let's say, put myself on camera where I can speak a lot of words into the camera while they're listening to me. Because somehow they might find me out how smart I am. You understand? So you have to realize that I'm not afraid to show people who I am. You understand? So sometimes in my life I was afraid. I was very afraid to open up to people. I was very afraid to show people my true colors. And I was very afraid of who I was in my life. You understand? I got scared. I was very scared about the person I was. And I opened up and I started to better myself in some kind of way. And I'm trying to organize myself around. I'm trying to organize everything around. And I'm trying to see exactly what's on my mind on a daily basis so that I can dig deep into what I need to do to grow myself in the best kind of way. So I already see that I have to be social with other people. And I have to make that my goal. I have to make it a goal of mine to talk with people in daily life, and to get to know people and have deep conversations with them. So slowly, I apologize. Slowly in my life, I've been having some deep conversations in my life with some people, for example, and everything seems to be going alright, for example. And you have to realize that nothing's bad, for example, in my life, but I have to do better. And now, of course, I need to quit the vape, for example, but you have to realize that I'm trying to get somewhere. I'm trying to get somewhere with my point of view and with where I am in my life. So, of course, I want to explore my schizophrenic mind. I want to understand schizophrenia, that I have to just be social with people and not get angry. You understand? So it's just about having that level of discipline to socialize with people, but not get angry or not get offended about the words said and about things done for you. You understand? Or for me. You understand? So you have to realize that I'm trying to explore the mind. I'm trying to explore my way of thinking, and that's why I do a lot of writing these days, because writing helps me to explore my mind. And while I'm writing, I go ahead and I start to coach myself about life and about where I am and about what I want to do and how I'm going to achieve things. And I start opening up new dreams. I start opening up new worlds for myself. I start doing a better way of life. I start talking words. And I start getting somewhere with whatever I'm doing. You understand? I start getting wiser. I'm reading. I'm learning. I'm growing myself in the best kind of way I can. I'm trying to give the content. I'm trying to sometimes do it all myself, but I realize I need support. You understand? I need support. I can't do it all on my own. I need more people in my life. I need relationships. I need friendships. I need to socialize with people. You understand? I have to get out there. I have to start talking words to people. I have to start challenging my schizophrenic mind to talk with people and to visit the doctor here and there so that I can socialize with him. But I realize that when it gets to the point of me coaching somebody in front of them, I start acting like I'm not a coach, because somehow I feel that I am worthy to coach somebody, but somehow I feel that I need to coach myself only. That I just need to coach myself how to live life and to socialize in any kind of way to make sure that we are all growing as individuals, making sure that I'm having deep conversations with people. So I realize that I need to dig into the truth, and that's what it is. I need to dig into my mindset. I need to dig into the person I am. I need to find out what do I have inside of me, for example, that can help the world. Regardless of my condition, regardless of where I am in my life right now, I need to help the world in some kind of way. You understand? So I realized that, of course, I want to do public speaking. I want to do engagements around town. I want to make events around people and all this, but I need support. You understand? I need God's support. I need my support. I need people's support. You understand? I realized that I just need to push myself out of my comfort zone. I need to push the person I am. So I realized that when I'm doing things with my mind, I start realizing things about what I want to do with my life. I start talking words. I start writing. I do a lot of writing. And because I do a lot of writing, it's like I'm getting somewhere with what I'm doing with my life. It's like I'm going somewhere. And I can see what's coming up for me in my life through the words that I'm speaking. You understand? Regardless of my condition. You understand? And now you have to realize that eventually for this year, I'm going to be on medication. For example, I'm going to be on medication for this year in 2024. And then eventually when I get better and better and better, I will try to lower my medication so that I can function like a natural human being without medication and go about life independently, working and getting out there and trying to do a better way of life. But that's the reality of things. You understand? So I realize I can see what success is. I can see I have success in my life, but I realize how I am. I can see how disabled I am. I can see where I am, for example. So I need to help myself to explore the mind. I need to explore my own way of thinking so that I can help myself to realize something deeper about my life, where I can start to write in any kind of format, where I can help myself to express myself, where I can help myself to understand what I need to do, and so that I can be someone in life who's helping people. You understand? Because that's what's important to me. And now people, if they really knew me deeply, they would, I think that they would like me, but not everyone's gonna like you. You understand? Regardless of how much you've helped people. You understand? So you have to realize that you're gonna have to make some enemies in life. You understand? So you have to realize that you have to get somewhere. You have to get somewhere with your life, and you have to every single day plan and strategize and start making content and start making words come true for you. You understand? So I realize the totality of how I am, and I realize how good I'm doing as a schizophrenic. Although I can do so much better, and I can actually grow myself into the person I need to be, for example, but I'm always going to be growing, and there's always going to be a higher goal to achieve, for example. And I realize just take it slow. You understand? Don't rush to do anything. Make sure that you're going gradually, slowly in your life, going up the ladder of success slowly. You understand? Making sure you're learning along the way, making sure that you're placing on audio programs, learning, writing every single day, practicing for something. You understand? Believing in yourself, having faith, in improving your habits, for example, believing and having faith, and going slowly into the unknown where you'll find the truth. You understand? You'll find the truth in something. And you'll slowly start to develop yourself into the person that you need to be. You understand? So you have to realize that with everything I've done in my life, I've made sure in my life to make sure that I can do a better job, that I can help myself to succeed. And I need to every single day explore the mind of schizophrenia. Yes, and I need to explore where I am in life and what I need to do with my life to succeed. So every single day I need to explore everything. Yes, I need to dive deep into how to function as a human being. Because I realize how I've been functioning. And I realize how dysfunctional I am. You understand? So you have to realize that my dysfunction in life right now is that I lack exercise, and I don't socialize with people as much as I need to. And also I smoke the vape and I drink black tea. You understand? And I'm on medication. So that's my dysfunction in my life. But with that said, I can still write words. I can still do writing materials. I can still make programs. I can still talk with people, for example. I can still go work. I can still go DJ. I can still go achieve my dreams. You understand? And I just need to help my life to succeed every single day, every single moment, every single second. You understand? So it's just about organizing your thinking. You understand? It's about organizing yourself around to become that person that you've always dreamt about. You understand? It's about understanding who you're becoming and who you are now and who you are about to become. You understand? So you have to realize, you can see everything in my Instagram caption of who I am. That's me. And that's who I'm trying to achieve in my life. You understand? I'm trying to go into that, for example. And you have to realize that that's enough said. You understand? So you have to realize that if I'm trying to understand something about life, I need to create it. I need to create my own way of life. I need to create something out of life. And the only way I create is I create words. I create music. For example, I start expressing myself through busking performances, through people, and through God. You understand? And you have to realize that everything is here. You understand? So you have to realize that I'm expressing myself through who I am. You understand? So you have to realize that no matter what happens in my life, I'm always going to be positive as much as I can be. And I'm going to be every single day learning. I'm going to be every single day growing. I'm going to be every single day trying to succeed and trying to expand myself and my business. I'm trying to expand the person I am so that eventually I can make as much money as I want, and so that I can eventually succeed as much as I want. You understand? So you have to realize that I'm doing that now. I'm doing everything that I'm supposed to be doing now. So everything that I am now is what I'm doing now. And everything that I'm trying to do is I'm doing it in the moment. You understand? I'm trying to succeed in the moment. I'm trying to create content. I'm trying to create every single day something for life. And I'm trying to grow myself in my way of thinking. I'm trying to express myself. I'm trying to do a better way of job. I'm trying to do a better way of life. I'm trying to do a better job. You know, so you have to realize that if I want to do anything much better, I need to start getting into the 9 to 5, for example. I need to get into the 9 to 5 job, and I need to be with people. Do you know why? Because when I'm with people, I can have a deeper conversation with those people. Yes, and I can talk to those people. I can start making common sense around how to act with people. You understand? Because you have to realize that I need to dive deep into the knowledge of the world. You understand? I need to start realizing where I am and how I'm succeeding and what's my life become right now. How did I succeed and how did I live my life and how can I live much better? You understand? So how can I always expand myself and make sure that I have a thriving business where I'm successful and where I'm doing the best life possible for me? You understand? So you have to realize that if I want to do a better way of life, I just need to talk more words. I need to be posting this content online. I need to be believing in myself. I need to be studying life. I need to be studying whatever it is about life that I can be successful with. And I need to post content every single day so that I can succeed and so that I can do a better way of life. So it's all about working on yourself. It's all about working about the person you are. You know, so you have to work on yourself every single day and you have to start believing in yourself. Believe in who you are every single day. And when you believe in yourself, you're going to find true treasures inside of yourself. Yes, and so if you talk in a disorganized kind of way, you always find wisdom in what you're doing. Yes, and you always find a wisdom about you in life. Yes, and so stick to the wisdom. If you're learning and it's disorganized, make sure you're learning from the disorganized thinking. Yes, and even though you think maybe disorganized, you're still learning, you're still growing, you're still doing audio programs, you're still doing video programs, you're still making music, you're still living your life, and you're still functioning much better than yesterday. Yes, and so you have to realize that yes, you may think disorganized, but you have to realize that you have to start learning even though you're thinking disorganized. You understand? So I realized that what I can become is much more. I realized I can become a better person. I can become much stronger. I can become much more genuine. I can be more honest. I can help myself to succeed more, and I can help myself to do more about life. In a sense, so you have to realize that I'm trying to be successful every single day of my life, and I'm trying to do a better way of life for myself, and I'm trying to create content every single day, and I'm trying to organize my way around to see exactly what's on my mind so that I can express it, so that I can influence myself, so I can help myself to grow. In a sense, so everything that I'm saying in this program has been from the schizophrenic mind. In a sense, so everything that I'm understanding about my life is that, yes, I probably am a schizophrenic, but you have to realize something, that I'm functioning like a human being. You understand? And you have to realize that I need to understand to function more in a better way. You understand? So I need to always function in a way that's going to help me to grow. You understand? I need to do what helps me to grow. So if that means that I have to think disorganized with myself so that I can write out as much content as possible so that I can eventually sum up all the information I need to make sure that I can do action in my life so that I can help myself to move forward in my life, then that's what I'm going to do. You understand? But I realized that I've written 60 ebooks, and I realized that how this is going with my books and all this kind of stuff, and what I've learned and what I've managed to achieve already in my wisdom, for example. So I realized that I've become more mature, and I can have a deep conversation with people, and I can open up to people. I can do it, but I need to do it now. You know, so I need to make sure that I start helping myself to go around and be uncomfortable in myself so that I can help myself to feel good, so I can help myself to improve, so I can help myself to have conversations with people and approach people and say hi to somebody and how are you and what are you doing with your life and how's your life going, and start really socializing and starting to interact with people and letting people into my life. And I have to let people into my life, but I also have to start to open up to them more and more throughout time and start building relationships, not just for one day, but for a long lifetime. You understand? That's what I need to do much more of in my life. So I realized what I need to do, that I have to send all these messages, that I have to start really helping myself to express myself as much as possible, and I have to start joining communities. So joining a community is the best action that I can do in my life, whether that be a football club, whether that be, for example, a dancing club, whether that be salsa, whether that be, for example, the local pub, or whatever it is, or maybe even working 9 to 5, just being around people and socializing. You understand? That's what I need to do eventually. You understand? So that's where I'm actually headed in my life. You understand? So you have to realize that, yes, it's a dream of mine as well. You understand? To achieve something like that, to have people to talk to have friends to engage with, to have people to talk to every single day. You understand? To realize that's what I'm doing now. You understand? So that's what I'm actually understanding about life. And if anything, my YouTube channel is exploring my mind. You're exploring the mind of a schizophrenic. You're exploring the mind of who I am, for example. You understand? So you have to realize that's why all this social media stuff I've done has been work on myself. Everything that I've done on social media has always been me working on myself, and it's always helped me to grow as a person. Yes, and so you have to realize that's why I'm actually going to do even more content now and believe in myself even more, regardless of who's watching, regardless of if anyone's watching online. I'm just going to post content every single day online. I'm going to start doing more content for the world, and I'm going to start building more and better connections in my life to make sure that I'm socializing and functioning as a better individual and functioning at a better level. Yes, and that's what I need to do, because I see some people out there who are not communicating like I am, for example, and I realize that's their fault, for example, if they don't communicate the way I do. But you have to realize that I understand something. I gave them everything, and it's up to them now to succeed. But I realize something. That I realize that since they are not talking like me, then they're not successful like me. Yes, and they're successful in their own way. I'm successful in my own way. And for example, tonight, I could have went somewhere to socialize with people, but I chose not to go so that I could go inside of myself and start digging into wisdom so that I could open up to myself, for example. Yes, and so you have to realize that that is a good way to understand how to be alone with yourself and how to be productive and how to grow yourself into the world and how to be present, for example. Yes, and so you have to realize that I occasionally do go for a social occasion in a nightclub sometimes, here and there, just to talk and to look at people and to open up, and so you have to realize that, of course, I want to socialize with people. I want to have the best conversation with people every single day of my life. I want to understand people. I want to understand where I'm going with my life. I want to understand how I'm doing things and how much better I could be. I realize everything that I've done until now has been because of where I am now. You understand? And you have to realize that it's because of the things I've done. And it's because of everything that I managed to do in my life is the success I've created now in my life. And what is that success that I've created? Well, it's everything that I'm, in terms of how I'm talking words. That's the only success I have, is how I spoke words in the world. You understand? And that's all the success in the world. And so you have to realize that there's so much more I can do every single day, opening up, making sure I'm mature every single day, growing as a person, being more social, doing more writing materials, making sure I'm learning much more every single day. And that's all I have to do every single day of my life. And now I figured that out. I figured out what I need to do to make sure that I can live the best life possible. And that's just keep learning and growing. Every single day learning and growing, regardless of the condition I have in my life. So for example, I went to a hair barber recently, and the guy said, "You're a pensioner, $20 for you." I said, "No pension here." He said, $30 for you. So I gave him $30. You know why? Because deep inside of me, it's like I want to give more money. I want to give more money to live more life. You understand? I don't want to cut myself short. You understand? I want to give the full amount for a haircut that's not a pensioner, so that I can feel good about myself, so that I realize that I can actually help myself to do better. And since you have to realize that that's my life, and that's how I understand every single day how to grow myself. And I realized that today I could have went to a busking performance, but I just didn't feel it. I didn't feel like going. And I realized that busking is actually something that helps me to grow as a person. I realized that when people are watching me and they listen to my music, I feel I'm giving a service, and I feel I'm doing something on the street, like performing, for example, and it makes me feel good that people are watching me and giving me attention, and I'm socializing to people through my music, for example, and that helps my schizophrenia. In a sense, so you have to realize that I realize everyone's a schizophrenic. In a sense, some people just function better than other people. In a sense, some people have just understood more than other people. In a sense, so you have to realize that every single day of my life, I'm going to create more, I'm going to do more, I'm going to live life more, I'm going to help myself to succeed more, and that's all I have to do every single day. In a sense, so I need to every single day, get into a busking performance and start public speaking on the street. I realize it's going to be a growth episode. So you have to realize that it's just how it is. I need to open up. I need to open up the truth. I need to expand myself. I need to grow myself into the person that I need to be. I need to every single day push myself into that version I need to be before I'm ready to start making events around people and before I'm ready to start doing things. You understand? But I can do it now. I can only do it now when I figure it out. You understand? When I start figuring out things much better, when I start realizing what I can do and how to do it, and I have the skills to do it, that's exactly when I'll do it. You understand? So until then, I need to be learning, I need to be growing as a person. I need to be every single day understanding, no matter what, that my life is successful. I just need to have more success. I need to grow myself more. I need to give more words. I need to help myself to express myself. I need to have a deep conversation with myself. And when I have a deep conversation with myself, I'm learning. I'm actually talking in a way that's nice. I'm talking in a way that helps me to grow, for example, and I talk in a way that helps me to understand life. So you have to realize that that's how I understand life now. So you have to realize that when I'm doing things around my life to succeed, that I have all these words to give to people, and you have to realize I need to give those words. I need to give all the words of the world to everyone in this world. I need to expand that much. I need to help myself to expand as much as possible in this world. Regardless of my condition, regardless of where I am, and regardless of my habits, I need to start doing more and more and more for the world. And that's what I figured out in this audio program. So you have to realize anyway, guys, I hope that you guys have enjoyed this program. This has been the Schizophrenic Mind. And you have to realize that if you realize something about life, you have to understand schizophrenia is only sickening when it's killing you. You understand? But when it's not killing you, then you're healthy and you're making sure to do better. So every single day, understand to keep growing and don't be a toxic person. Start being someone that's really healthy in the world and start really figuring it out and trying to figure it out with people and not just alone. Figure out life with everyone around you. And that's what you do.